Despite NBA free agency being over 4 months away, teams from around the league have already begun recruiting LeBron James. On this Shark Tank edition of One-on-One Sports, Mason and I will act as the Kings' agents and decide what city we will recommend he go to this offseason.
So first up, Philadelphia.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me today. There is no better option for LeBron James this offseason than the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers offer something that none of these teams can offer. They offer two young, hungry, powerful rising stars, one of whom is a top 12 player in the NBA and was an all-star starter this year. Another one who possesses traits, skills, and abilities similar to Mr. James himself. It possesses the salary cap space to sign LeBron James. The Houston Rockets do not have that. It possesses beautiful schools such as Malvern Prep for young LeBron Jr. to progress his game and become what his father is in his career. It possesses young, talented role players such as Robert Covington, Dario Saric, and TJ McConnell to shoulder the load and to really help LeBron off the ball and on defense. It possesses a passionate fan base, a new-to-be upgraded arena, and a team that is hungry and a team that is going to rise to the top of the East. You avoid the Western Conference and the Golden State Warriors, and you give yourself a better supporting cast than the Cleveland Cavaliers can offer you. And you have a better supporting cast than the young Los Angeles Lakers feature as well.
Anything else that you have for Mr. James?
I do. Trust the process.
And now the Houston Rockets.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. I'm proud to represent the Houston Rockets. Now, one thing that needs to be brought up is LeBron James' age. Unfortunately, he's not the youthful player he was a few years ago. He's over 30 now, which means his windows for winning championships is closing. And right now, my team, the Houston Rockets, offer him the best chance to win a championship now compared to the rest of these teams. Let's take a look at them. The Lakers are currently in a rebuild. LeBron doesn't have time to wait for a rebuild. The 76ers won't be able to get past the Raptors or the Celtics. And the Cleveland Cavaliers won't be able to dump his team every time LeBron wants new players. Right now, with James Harden and Chris Paul, LeBron will have the perfect setup to make a run for the Western Conference. He hasn't won the West. He's dominated the East for over 7 years. It's time for a new challenge at the end of his career, and right now the Rockets can offer him that with the ability of being outside of the Warriors' shadow and taking a shot at the Western Conference and at least one more ring before he retires.
Did you say that Mr. James's age was a problem? Mr. James is playing at the highest level of his career in his 30s.
That's true, but wait for one injury to potentially mess everything up. We see this happen with players at their prime. One injury over 30 and they could have a frequent injury every season that could deter them and force them to retire early. LeBron's window is closing. Houston has the best chance to get him a couple more rings.
And do you have anything else for Mr. James?
They don't call it the Rockets for nothing. We can blast them off to the atmosphere into a couple more rings.
Thank you very much.
Very nice, thank you. Now the Lakers.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Good,
Not
thanks.
bad.
I'm here representing the city of Los Angeles, and I'm here to offer something that none of the other people that you've talked to can offer, and that is actually the city of Los Angeles, the city that LeBron James, he grew up admiring, that he grew up loving, that he loves now, that he has 2 homes in, one in Brentwood, 16 bedrooms. Oh, it's such a nice house, right? He wants to be in Los Angeles. You guys can make it happen. He loves Los Angeles. We have the cap space. We have the potential in terms of getting other players to build around LeBron. Make it happen. He's a king. He deserves his kingdom. His kingdom is in LA.
Considering that you've traded a lot of your young talent to Cleveland this past trade deadline, what are the odds that Mr. James can have the same amount of success with the players that you've kept?
He can have the same amount of success, but what he can't have is Los Angeles. And that's what he wants. He wants Los Angeles. He wants to be successful not just in the NBA, but after the NBA. He wants to be Kobe. He wants to have the Hollywood lifestyle, the glitz, the glamour. He's been wanting that so much. And in Los Angeles, we can provide that for him in the NBA as well as afterwards. We can give him a real future.
Anything else for Mr. James?
Go LA.
Go LA.
Thank you.
All right.
Now for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Gentlemen, thank you for meeting with me tonight. I want to talk about the place where LeBron is right now and why he shouldn't leave. First of all, it's not a little known fact. Everyone in Cleveland, even the front office and the players and the fans, worship the ground LeBron walks on. They make the moves he wants. They make the trades he wants. They cut the people he doesn't want. They sign the people he does want. And you know he wants that front office control. You know he wants to have control over his team, and this is truly his team. You go somewhere else, Philly, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Houston, James Harden, Chris Paul. This is truly LeBron's team. No one can question that. This is the team he brought his first championship to this city. They don't have much to cheer for the Browns, but the Cavs are the pride of this city. It would be 3 straight championships if not for Golden State. And you know he wants that revenge against the Warriors every year until he can beat them once again. Another thing is the Cavs can offer more money and more time in Cleveland than any of the other teams. We can offer over $200 million and a 5-year contract. No one else can offer over $155 million. Lastly, I want to talk about the LeBron James Foundation. LeBron has done so much work for the kids of Akron, where he grew up, obviously went to school, and where his kids go to school now, to send them to schools where they can get further education. He loves the city of Akron and the state of Ohio. Why would he leave?
My only question for you is, what can Cleveland do that they haven't done already for Mr. James?
I think the biggest problem we're having is just a lack of chemistry, and that comes with time. We have the new players. We have a fellow all-star in Kevin Love. LeBron has all the pieces. It's just about putting them together and finding that finished product, which I know we can in Cleveland.
So anything else for Mr. James?
Don't leave the land, LeBron. It's your home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming out to this episode of Decision Tank. Mason and I will take your pitches into consideration.